This joint is so freaking crazy, yo. This joint is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. They really tried to get me last time. Hold on a second. Yeah, they really tried to get me last time, I'm not gonna lie. But I'm back. Them little sucker ducks. But check this out. For whoever's listening, they have stated that there is a mysterious hominid. There's a mysterious hominid that has been detected inside these people. That's what they stated. They stated that there's a mysterious hominid that they detect inside West African populations. Like, I don't know what people think this is. Like, what's up, Billion? I don't know what people think this is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we wasn't going to come across this, buddy. We came across it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like this has been published and this has been talked about to a certain degree, but it's been at a very small degree. I feel like it's up to us to explode it. You feel what I'm saying? To go hard in the paint for it and really show that these people ain't really what they say they are. It's that simple. Dang, it's chilly out here. Shoot. Appreciate the gift, Billion. And I be looking, and I just be doing research on these hominids. I'm like, these African populations is mixed. They mixed. I mean, you look at like the west part of that continent, they all mixed up. Because they're gonna say Africa's diverse, that means you're the most mixed. Been saying this for months. You're gonna say you're the most diverse, that means you're the most mixed. Africa's the most mixed place on the earth. And they even have American Indian inside of some of they folks in the west part of that continent. So when they over there trying to figure out who is who, they're like, man, we found some archaic DNA in these people that predate all other hominids inside these West African groups. So they said they found a mysterious group of people that mixed with the people that was in that continent. And they said that these people is older. They old. You feel what I'm saying? What it say? The West African populations, Yoruba, Isan, and Mende, and Gambia derive 2 to 17% of their genetic ancestry from a yet undiscovered species of archaic hominid that diverged before the split of modern man. So they said that there is a person that's older than modern man, and these so-called West Africans got that in them. But yet folks over here want to sit up here and gaslight us and play in our face like we the ones that's illiterate, like we the ones that can't comprehend, but we the ones that make everything. Buddy, they telling you the truth without trying to tell you 100% of what's going on. They be messing around and slipping up out of their ego and out of ignorance. They be slipping up, telling you the truth. And then they telling you on these DNA tests you ain't African. I mean, what else do you need to put 2 and 2 together? They find out what all these other people and stuff like that have no connection to the continent of Africa, like no genes. We have no genes that connect us to Africa. I keep trying to tell people that we have no genes that connect us to Africa. 0. You trying to figure out why you got percentages? You need to go. You need to do some deeper research on that. We are the primordials. We the ones that they get all their haplogroups from. I don't know how many times I gotta sit up there and tell y'all that there is no African gene, modern African gene. Y'all talking about some hominids are the ones that made us. How something younger than us, that's way younger than us, made us? Have you lost your mind? Have you lost your mind? We the first people on this earth. We the first beings on this earth. No way somebody's older than... We the freaking Atlanteans. How are you older than the Atlanteans? Name a group that's older than the Atlanteans. That's in Africa. Name them. You can't. They freaking make stories and all this other stuff about the Atlanteans. You had Plato writing about us. You had other people writing about us in our ancient civilization, talking about we come from Africa. Where? What ancient civilization are we pointed to in West Africa? Timbuktu was started by foreigners, people that wasn't even from that land. Timbuktu, they wasn't even from there. So I'll be trying to figure out what African civilization do we come from that's in that continent. People that had the seafarer. When y'all read about like the Phoenicians, it said they arrived in that location. Do y'all realize how crazy it is for people to talk about us being so-called illiterate, but they can't even comprehend what arrive mean? Arrive mean they didn't come from that spot. That means they was from somewhere else and they traveled to that spot. How hard is that to comprehend? If it say, don't your GPS say I arrived every time it get to the location? How hard is that? So when we sitting up here telling y'all that we don't got no African genes and we don't come from Africa, and y'all want to show y'all percentages where you don't even know what percentages mean, percentages arrive with match confidence. It's not actually detecting what you are. It's not actually saying that you come from Africa. Have you lost your mind? I don't know how many times we got to say this. Percentages are not telling you where you actually come from. Detection tells you where you come from. Like, what's wrong with these people? We're not Africans, bro. We are not even connected to these YT people like y'all claim we are. Folks wasn't over here on average just mixed with YT people. You lost your mind. That was against the law. Folks was getting unalive for doing stuff like that. Folks was getting put on trees and ostracized from the community from doing stuff like that. Y'all want to sit up here talking about we on average mixed with these people? Yet when we take a test, no cousins is popping up for being YT. That's because y'all liars. And y'all getting caught up in y'all lies as time progresses. Y'all can't handle this work. I'm gonna give y'all this work. I'm gonna give y'all this work, big fella. That's how it's gonna go. That's how it's gonna go. So-called Phoenicians. I'm using words in a way. Don't come in here correcting me without saying what's up, grandson. Because then I'm gonna think you a monitoring spirit, bro. You gotta say what's up or something. But I get what you're saying. But dealing with this whole shebang, y'all know full well, ain't no hominids gave us no haplogroups. Ain't no hominids gave us no haplogroups, bro. Y'all gotta realize that. All haplogroups come from the so-called N-word. All of them. And I keep trying to tell y'all that. But folks want to sit up here and argue with me. Ain't no doggone so-called mongoloid or any oi gave us anything. If they gave you something, they downgraded your intelligence. They downgraded your spiritual self or your body. They downgraded something. Good grace is alive. But I appreciate you. I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate y'all for liking Alive. I appreciate you liking Alive, grandson. I appreciate y'all for, tuning in, because I really want y'all to, I really want some of y'all to know this. Some of y'all already know this, but I want some of y'all to know this, because they be trying to play games with y'all. And I be seeing it in the lives. I be seeing it when I be scrolling through. Even these Africans, bro. These Africans, you know what I'm saying, don't have all these haplogroups that they keep claiming that comes from Africa. They don't have that. That's us. They keep placing it in Africa based off the transatlantic trade story. Because when you actually go and you look at ancient maps and you try to find out where these bones they find it, they don't even exist. And you trying to find out these populations, it's all shrouded in mystery. And I be trying to figure out why. Why is it shrouded in mystery? Why do you need an access code to even know a twinkling more? Like, why do you need all that? You don't need all that. Why should I have to get an access code and be invited into the club just to find out what you're doing with our genetics? That doesn't even make sense. That don't even make sense. But yeah, man, I just wanted y'all to take this into account when y'all going through. Ask them, what is this mysterious population that they are finding up to 19% that's making up the Yorubas, the Isan, the Mende, and the Gambian people? Who are these people? And why did they predate modern man? Isn't that the same thing they said about Albert Perry? They said Albert Perry predated modern man, and they found him, and that was one of us. I mean, put two and two together. Who else would it be? So they saying they finding, that's a big chunk, man, 19%. But peep how it's not mentioning all of the populations in Africa too. Peep that. So what are they mixed with? Who are these people? Are they a bunch of hominids mixing in with each other up in that continent? Like, what is this? I had to check to see if hominids have haplogroups. They said they wasn't even able to get the haplogroup out of the Homo erectus, and it was I don't remember the other one. I know they wasn't able to get the haplogroup off the Homo erectus. They claimed they was able to get one off the Neanderthal and collect DNA out the Neanderthal, but the other two, they said they wasn't able to get it. So I'm trying to figure this out. Is that continent full of the Homo erectus and the other hominid, and then somebody that came from here went over there and mixed with that Homo erectus, and then it created these African populations? Like, I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what's really happening over here? And then that's how we end up giving all of our haplogroups out. I'm thinking that's the truth, grandson. That's the conclusion that I'm coming to. All haplogroups originated with us. Every haplogroup that they're studying right now comes from us in America. And then it traversed out and it was given to all hominids. Some type of way, some freaky type of way. But I don't even think everybody on this earth has our haplogroups. I think they're lying to us or trying to give like this general scope and play games with us. I don't even believe. I think some people out here are truly just straight hominid, but they won't tell us. They won't tell us. Because I be looking at some people and I be seeing that brow ridge and how that brow ridge be looking real strong like a cleft chin. And I be like, dang, man, you might be straight hominid. A hominid that's not us. You might be something else. And how they be comprehending stuff and how they don't even resonate what we saying. It's like a blank stare. It's like a blank stare. That's indication. Yes, I see. Like, it's straight in your face. Because I be talking about the populations and the bones and how they find brachycephalic, dolichocephalic, skeletal remains that is us in America. They found it in the plains. They found it in the West Coast. They found it in the East Coast. What's up, Rashad? Peace. They found it up in Canada. They found it in Mexico. They found it in Chile. They found it in Peru. They found it in the islands. And they said all these remains look like so-called N-words. All of them. For the majority. I'm going to say the majority. They say that, it has differences because we all have, what I'm saying, we can have different phenotypes. But they're saying, basically, these folks resemble N-words. And then they're going to say, oh, for the what, 13,000 years, however long, because, they be changing it. However long, these N-words shifted over into being, hello, Keisha. These N-words shifted over into being the modern populations that we see today. But yet these modern populations, they said that they're mixed. That don't even make sense. There's no point in time where it was observable to watch somebody that looks like us transition into a modern Native American. Unless it was some type of admixture from an outside source. There is no other way that could have happened. You can't take a husky and a husky look like a husky for the past 10,000 years, and then you tell me you pull up a Chihuahua and say the Chihuahua diverged from the husky, and that don't make sense. With no type of outside influence, the freaking Chihuahua came from a husky in 10,000 years? Have you lost your doggone mind? Have you lost your mind? That don't even make sense. But I be still trying to be like, I be putting my foot up these folks' derriere with this nonsense. What are y'all talking about? Every time I join a live, they be lying. What is up with that? Yes, they have the most Neanderthal DNA than anyone in ancient Northeast Asia. That means, like, I be peeping game on it. That means they are hominid. They are hominid. That's not even part of the man. How should I say it? Like, that. How should I say it? Like you know what I'm trying to say? Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Like, they're not even a part of that. That means they are the hominid group that intermix with modern man. I honestly believe that this whole shebang talking about some, like everybody outside. No, I don't believe that. I believe that the hominids and grandson, you might disagree with me with this one, but the hominids are the darker ones that live in these different populations. Like in the ones like in the Oceanic Islands, I believe that all the hominids started off being melanated. And when they were melanated, they had curly hair. Some of them had curly hair, some of them had straight hair. And then the ones from America, the more ancient ones, intermix with those populations because they resemble us. I don't think our people would intermix with something that looked completely different from us off rip. I mean, like, think about it. If it's an albino creature and they got straight hair, it's not washing itself. It's not, it looks disgusting. I think it would be something that resembles us. Hence the reason why you got man and mankind. It was kind of like us, and then somebody decided to mix with it, which increased its intelligence, and then that's how our haplogroups was given over to these hominids. Because I was trying to figure it out. I said none of this makes sense. This doesn't even make sense. How can our hominids be so spread out, but then like we're treated so differently? That doesn't make sense. And then you got the people that's in the oceanic islands. They completely ignore the Pacific Ocean. Oh my gosh. Every time we get down to talking about DNA, every time we get to talking about origin, they always ignore Asia. Every single time. And they go straight to the place that have nothing. Peace, truth. What's up, Papina? I just be over here pondering, and I be meditating on all of this. And then when we get down to it, when I be what's the word? Yeah, man, it's time that we gotta you know what I'm saying, belt to derriere, knuckles to chin. We gotta get on these folks. I'm starting to think all haplogroups originate in America, bro, or Central Asia. Like, I'm so serious. The L haplogroup, the Q, the R, whatever you want to, whichever one, all of them. Every single last one that is mainstream that they studying, every single last one. Because I feel like they camouflage studying us under a whole different like idea. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to think, there's no way that we was all the same haplogroup over here in America, in ancient America, because that would be incest. That would be incest. You can't just be intermixing and then you're going to get, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get all these type of malfunctions and mutations and all types of disgusting stuff is going to start taking place. So I'm like, there's no way we was all over here with the same haplogroups, bro. That doesn't even make sense. That's not logical. Hello, Barbara. That's not logical. So we definitely are the originators, and I think that's the reason why I remember hearing this African say, the African Americans are our gods. The African American are our gods. They just don't want to accept it. And then, it's just crazy, y'all. It's honestly crazy. I'm like, gods? What you mean, God? And then it's almost one small step from man, one giant leap for mankind. What you mean by that? What you mean by that? Huh? That's questionable. What you mean, mankind? Kind of like man. Don't make sense.
How's it going, man?
Yes. How you doing, Peter? What is your name? I mean, what's your name? Where are you from?
America?
Are you okay?
My
What did you
what?
come up here to say?
Well, you're saying the Neil Armstrong quote, right?
Whatever that quote was.
It was then when Neil Armstrong was getting off the shuttle and onto the moon. He said one small step for man, another small step, or another giant leap for mankind. Meaning that it was a step forward in human knowledge because nobody has done that before him. He's the
Yeah, I doubt that.
Who else has been to the moon besides him?
I doubt that. I don't believe in no modern history. Modern history is nothing but complete it's all manipulation. I don't believe in modern history.
So where's the cutoff point?
I mean, the reason I don't believe in modern history is because there's so many things that's not spoken about, unexplored. So it can mean that all the history that we're learning is a lie. I don't believe in it. I mean, the fact that you got people talking about something, they find a mysterious DNA, archaic DNA in West African populations, but you don't want to target that and talk about it more, that's a red flag.
Huh?
Do you get what I'm saying?
Sorta. It's kind of. I never heard anything about this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe that he would.
I can explain the one
I don't even
thing.
believe that he went to the moon. because I was like, I was hearing people talk about this. Oh, he went to the moon or whatever like that. I want to go research it, right? And then I find out that they had made a whole promise talking about some we're gonna reach the moon by the end of the doggone decade or whatever they talking about. And then I was like, that was too convenient. The doggone rockets kept exploding, and then conveniently you
Well, that
just
was later. That was in like that was the Challenger. I think it was like in the 90s or 80s. That
and
was
then
when it was because the shuttle wasn't prepared properly, and I think it had a leak or something in the rocket fuel, and it caught fire and
whatever
exploded.
time frame it was, I could have I thought in the '60s and '70s the rockets was exploding.
No, that was only the Challenger.
Would it? Nah, I seen multiple rockets explosion videos. It wasn't just one. But dealing with the whole shebang, they conveniently just made it at the end of the decade when they said they would, and they would go there before any other country. Nah, that's
Well,
too
no,
convenient.
it was a race. It was actually a race.
Yeah, that don't make sense to me. That don't even make. Look, listen, man.
How does country competition not make sense? That's something everybody's
Nah,
done
that you
for
know what I'm saying.
thousands
The
of
whole
years. It was
how it played out was too convenient. It was on some movie stuff. I don't believe it.
so. Do you know what originally happened? Why we went to the moon?
Why you went to the moon? It ain't about the why per se for me. It's about well, I mean, yeah, the why is important, but I still don't believe it.
Because or the Soviet Union went to space, and we wanted to take it up a notch and send somebody to the moon. Because they sent Yuri
Yeah.
Gagarin to space,
Oh, I knew
and
about the Russia part. I'm thinking y'all talking about like I don't know. I'm thinking you probably talking about something else.
no, that's the Soviet Union. That's what happened during the space race.
Yeah, but the whole shebang about that, I still don't believe it. I don't
But
believe it.
where's the part in history that cuts off? Like where's the part where you stop believing?
If they can't prove what they talking about, I don't believe it.
They can prove it.
How? How they
Is
showed us? They
is
showed us
the flags there on the
the
moon?
flag. You talking about a video? You talking about that video they
Other
showed on
countries have
TV?
been to the moon also.
Excuse me?
Other countries have been to the moon also, and they see it too.
I haven't seen it. I mean, because you know they are proficient in illusions.
Do you believe in the
I
National
don't
Space Station?
I don't believe they made it to the moon, man. I just don't.
Do you believe they made it into outer space?
What you say?
What do you believe they made it into outer space?
I don't know. Those are the things that I don't know.
I mean, we've sent stuff in outer space. We've sent people in outer
I don't
space.
know that.
Okay, do you have a TV?
Yeah.
You have satellite? You have a satellite dish?
No, I don't really watch TV like that. I got a TV, but I don't watch TV.
Do you have a phone? Do you have internet?
It just kind of sits there
Do you have a phone or
in the
internet?
room. Excuse me.
Do you have a phone or internet?
Yeah, I got a phone. I'm on it right now.
That bounces off a satellite.
You think so?
No, I know so.
You think this bounces off a satellite?
The waves and the waves are
So how?
transferred through the
So
satellite. That's
come.
it. It
I
comes
mean,
from the tower, bounces off, the satellite comes down to you.
I was about to say, don't it come from the tower?
Yeah, it comes from the tower first, but then it bounces off the satellite, and then it comes to your phone.
I mean,
That's
that's kind of
that's wrong
confusing.
by default. So
That's
what about the my fault? Peace, Monty.
Peace up, opinion. I
So
don't
what
know how
about
we end up talking about this. This is
the
not even
cable
part of the
lines?
topic.
So what about the cable lines that connects all the lands together through landlines? What about that?
what?
So do you know that there's cable lines in the water that connects electricity from here to other nations across the quote unquote globe? Did
Yeah,
you know
but
about that? That's the internet.
there's
That's the
there's
internet.
many different ways to have internet. You can either have it underwater, underground, on the telephone pole. It's
Sorry, that's the internet. There's the only
yeah, but
there's no it's impossible for them to have any kind of satellites of what you would call outer space. Do you know what outer space is? Not by your definition, but by the scientific term.
outside of Earth's atmosphere.
So you know when you step outside your house, you know that's outer space.
No, because we're still in
That's
the
that's
atmosphere.
outer
All right,
space.
so when you step outside, you start floating. You
When you
get
step,
pulled down suddenly for no reason because you're being pulled by the Earth's gravitational pull since you're outside the
what's the
atmosphere.
definition of space? What's the definition of space?
Um,
Not by your
nothingness,
definition. What is
nothingness.
the definite? So space means nothingness.
basically. It's nothingness outside of the atmosphere, outside of Earth's atmosphere. I don't know what you're trying to get at.
So you don't know what outer space means.
I just told you 3 times. Do I have to spell it
That's
for
an
you?
assumption. Is that an assumption, or is that
That's
a no?
just go ahead and tell me what your definition is.
I already explained. It's not my definition.
Well, apparently
I
it
just
is.
told you what the
If you don't
definition
like
was.
it,
The
that's your
scientific term for outer
definition.
space is a space that's in any outer area. Same thing with the word planet. You think the word planet actually means something completely different. Planet literally just means Earth.
All right. So, what does Earth mean?
What does Earth mean? Earth means the soil. It's the same thing as the
Earth
soil.
means dirt.
Earth is the ground.
Is soil on Neptune?
They never been to Neptune.
All right, then Mars.
How can they go outer space when they can't go through what they quote unquote call the firmament? If they're still having a hard time going through that.
What's the firmament?
The firmament?
What's that?
You know what?
Is it
Monty,
some
good
kind
luck,
of
bro.
flat Earth shit? Because I've never heard of it.
Monty, good luck, bro. I'm gonna say in the comments.
Is it some kind of flat Earth ideology? Because I've never heard of it. Then is it some like kind of?
This not even part of it. This not. Appreciate your opinion. This not even part of the topic, my guy. We moving on.
So are you asking? Are you
Hello,
asking?
1 second, Peter. Hello,
Lula.
Lula.
Yeah, I just had a question for the for Peter. Has he ever seen a picture of the solar system that we exist in?
Hey, that's funny. That's funny.
How's
No,
that
but
funny? You've never seen a picture of the solar system?
So you mean the whole solar system?
That's actually funny. I mean, I don't even know nothing about this, but that's actually funny.
You
The
mean like
picture where
you can get
you
all the planets,
have the sun in the
the
center
sun and all
and
the
the planets
planets, yeah.
revolving around it. Have you ever seen that picture?
I don't believe I have. Have you?
Yeah, it's readily available.
Okay, I'll go look at it then.
But you've never seen that before, huh?
No.
Okay, well there it's readily available. You can pull it up. The sun in the center and the planets, including the Earth, revolving around it. And if you look closely, you will see that the Earth is in outer space.
Wow, detective! I would never guess that if it wasn't for.
So you said something about us going to space. We're already in space.
We're already in space, but our atmosphere keeps us different.
I didn't say anything about the atmosphere. I said we are already in space.
Your question and answer isn't relevant.
Oh, to who? You?
Like that's stupid. Of course we're in
stupid.
space. It's not like we're in a dimension.
Okay, so if you're already in space, how do you go into something that you're already in?
When you have a planet, you have something that is made there. When you leave the atmosphere, you go into space, so you can.
No, we're already in space. We're already in space.
Good, mate.
Yeah, we're already in space.
Yeah.
Just like the other planets are in space, we're in space with the rest of them.
How come we don't float?
Well, I don't know. You're smart. You tell me.
Because we have gravity that makes us not in space. When you have space, you can't breathe. When you're in space, you can't walk normal. There's no gravity. There is no air. There's no oxygen because there's no trees.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as far as I'm concerned, we're already in space.
All right, then walk up to the sun, man.
Is it up or is it out?
It's straight up into the sky. Like if you go straight up, like if you shoot like a like a bottle rocket up, it'll go up there.
Okay, so it's not out then. Is that what you're saying? It's up, not out?
What is that?
You said up.
What's your definition of out? Like outside the atmosphere, outside of Earth?
What you said up. I'm asking you, is that up or is it out? You said outer space. Now you're
I mean, it's
saying up.
both.
So which one is
I
it?
mean, it's both. It's up and
Oh,
out
it's
of the
both.
atmosphere, and it's an outer space, and you go into outer
So
space.
it's up and it's out.
You go.
You
You
sound confused.
you sound. I sound confused. You sound like you
Yes.
just. You sound like you're blaming or mashing words together, and you're trying to make a sentence. You're not. You're saying that
Oh.
if is it up and out, and you're trying to say there's a huge difference when it's
No, I
not.
said, is it up or is it out?
It's both. Like what can you
There's
understand
a
about this?
difference between up and out. Are they?
What you
If we
look.
look up the definition for up and out, is it the same?
It's two different
Uh
words,
huh.
two different definitions.
Uh huh.
You can say, "I will go up out of the atmosphere. I will go up."
I will go up out into the. Out, yeah, you sound like a child.
I don't
Hey, yo,
understand.
this conversation
All
is
right, hold on, hold
hilarious.
on, hold on. What class are you? What class did you graduate from?
I didn't go to school.
Okay, then I don't think we should. I don't think there's a point in educating you if you don't wanted an education yourself.
I don't want to be educated by someone who knows less than me.
You don't even know how the fuck gravity how what keeps us to the ground. How
Hey,
the
hey,
fuck are you
keep the
gonna sit there and
composure.
say you
Keep,
know
keep,
more
keep,
than me?
Peter. Keep the composure. Keep your composure.
Do you
Everybody,
think? Do you
yeah.
think because you're older, you know better?
How old am I?
I don't know. That's my guess.
Well,
That's
you
my
said I'm
question.
older, so how old am I?
You're old
Am
enough
I
to have.
older?
You're old enough to have gray
Am
beard.
I older than
You're old
you?
enough to be
Am I
bald and
older
have a
than
gray
you?
beard.
Am I older than you?
Obviously, you're older than the fucking host.
How do you know that?
Okay, he keeps going in. He keeps he keeps cussing. So I had to let him go.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. Maybe you'll have someone come up that can explain those things to us ignorant people, and I'll keep listening.
No, y'all. Hey, oh, that's funny. All right, thank you, Lula.
All right. Take care.
All right, me too. Yo, that was. I ain't gonna lie. That was kind of. That was funny. I'm not gonna lie. That was funny. Hey, yo, that's crazy. Hold on a second. Y'all give me a second. I'm about to throw my hat. Hold on a second. Give me a second. He want to come back up, but I don't know about. I can't do that, man. Can't do that. Can't do that. Um, um sure. I ain't gonna lie. I want some. I'm about to cook me something. I might end up cooking something, but just looking at the screen, you guys, take that in. This the whole point of the live. I don't know how we got on that. I don't know how we got on the topic, but this right here clearly states we're not African. We have no African. We don't detect for being no African populations. Um, the West African populations that y'all see have been detecting for having mysterious DNA that comes from a people that's older than modern humans. And I wonder who the French toast that is. I wonder who the French toast that is. Come on now, it said 2 to 19%, and you guys can go double check on all of that, on all of this. I'm so serious. Why does it show a percentage, but then it says not detected? Because percentages don't mean detection. Ooh, good gracious alive. My dog gonna claps at. You know what? It's not gonna. Percentages don't even really mean detection. Percentages is like an educated guess by the system and what it got in the reference panel. So if the population is not accounted for, it's going to scatter you all over the place, but never place a detection. You get what I'm saying? So we have a unique ancestry that they want to cover up. This is the reason why I say I don't believe in no modern history. Modern history purposely doesn't take multiple things into account. I can't believe in modern history because it's a lie. It's based off a lie. Y'all don't want to take into account that there's certain artifacts that have been found that put a hole in you guys' story. Y'all want to ignore the fact that y'all don't have no proof and all this evidence. Y'all can find something that's according to y'all 200 billion years old, but y'all can't even find a freaking boat from 100 years ago. You know how crazy that sounds? Y'all can find something that was made in the year 700, but you can't even find some boats. Stop it. Stop it. You're sick. Go to the hospital, all right? This is not the place for you, all right? Oh my gosh, y'all. Oh my gosh, it's too funny. You
Right,
want
man.
Hey, peace, peace. So I'm over here like processing this whole shebang, whatever like that. Okay. So you guys don't take into account that y'all find a mysterious DNA inside the Africans. Y'all don't take into account that the Africans are mixed. Y'all don't take into account that, what was it, West, North, South, Central, and West Africa are mixed populations. They got all these different hominids all over the place in inside Asia, inside Europe, and they all intermixing with each other. But they supposedly the pure ones. And then I'm over here researching, right? And I'm trying to figure out why we don't see Native Americans and Mexicans showing their DNA tests. Buddy, I wonder why. One of them slipped up. And guess what it was? They took a guy that's mixed. Y'all gotta excuse me. I was just outside with the snow, so it kind of messed my sinuses up. They took a mixed guy, right? And then they used him as a reference. Buddy, how you gonna use George Lopez as a reference? How does that make sense? And then you gonna tell us to compare our genes to George Lopez and a bunch of mixed people in Africa? Of course, it's gonna come out looking crazy and all over the place. The reference panel is all over the place. It's whacked out. It's whacked out because we over here trying to figure this out. How we got genealogy that go 200 plus years, but we not the ones being used as a reference panel. That don't even make sense. And then y'all go into these people. They say they people. For you to be a reference in the reference panel, you have to be inside a particular area. They said on record with documents for the past 4 generations, at least 4 generations for some companies. And so I'm like, well, dang, we got more than 4 generations documented. How come we're not a reference? And then y'all find I looked at this ancient map, and then they said they found the L haplogroup, the one they say that we come from, right? So much. They found it in Mexico, but they didn't find it in West Africa. Y'all know how crazy that is? I'm talking ancient remains. They found it in Mexico, but they didn't find it in West Africa. Buddy, what do you think we are? Huh? What do you think this is? I really need, yeah, for real. They migrated here, and then you got all these different hominids from that continent. See, I got a picture of my phone that I just been contemplating if I want to show it because I don't know, I might get red flag for it. Y'all want to say that everybody comes from West Africa, buddy? I don't think y'all want to go with that whole narrative. It looks kind of messed up. Y'all would call me racist if I show this, but I'm not the one. Y'all, this what y'all want to see it. I'm gonna have to flash it on the screen though. I ain't gonna lie, because this is what they claim. This is what West Africans claim when they say, "Oh, this shebang, whatever like that." We are from Africa. We're from Africa. Everybody's from Africa. Y'all know y'all supporting something that is very, very sick looking and very so-called racist looking. They're basically saying that y'all come from something like an ape, and it wasn't able to fully contemplate like certain speech patterns. Certain speech. It wasn't able to comprehend like we do today. That's what y'all claiming when y'all say everybody come from Africa. Hold on a second. Let me go ahead and show this up, man.
Come from a mixture versions of different cells that ain't
This
organic
is
to the earth.
this is what they saying that they come from. They saying they come from hominid beings that couldn't even contemplate stuff the way we do today. So they sitting up here doing all that talking. That's what y'all defending. That's what you defending. I'm trying to tell you, it's the story, the whole shebang about everybody being from Africa is a lie, and you saying it's real, buddy. That's what you defend. And if I show you what you defend, then you gonna call me racist. But that's what you defend. That's why I said y'all sick. You sick. That's your whole foundation. But this is why I also said it's not even all populations in Africa that have our genes in them. And we can't say that none of them don't. When we know many of us were sent to Africa. We can't even say that. We can't say none of them folks over there don't have our genes in them. That would be a lie. We would be liars. And we know that's not what we're here for. And now it'll come back to bite us in the butt. We gonna get knocked in the chin. We can't do something like that. So we do know that many Africans do have our genes in them. And a lot of them is in Cape Verde. A lot of them, some of them is in Liberia. But their percentages have grown, shrunken like significantly because them folks start going to WAR with them Liberians. And I'm trying to figure out why. Y'all give me a second. Dang, it's chilly. I don't know. It snowed over here, y'all. It snowed greatly. It's yeah, it was a lot of snow. But yeah, but dealing with this whole shebang, that's why I said I mean for me, I focus more on lineage. That's what I do. Cause you're gonna have some descendants of Indians living inside the UK. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have some descendants of Indians living inside Africa. You're gonna have this modern Africa, because that's not even Africa for real. Like I'm just keeping it a bug with y'all. All these things is messed up. That's not even Africa. That's not the original Africa. You're gonna have some of us living in Japan because y'all see us moving and migrating. We travel and stuff like that. Some of us travel, and some people go and they have children. And I recommend brothers stop laying down with these other women. I would recommend that. Vet them. I know that sounds crazy. You usually hear like, uh, no, not yeah. Vet them. Make sure it's not one of these Africans trying to act like she one of a sister. You know what I'm saying? Learn how we look. Okay, please do so. Please learn how we look, because there's a lot of Africans that grew up around us and they grew up in the Caribbeans, and they take upon our speech pattern. Then they want to so-called assimilate their phenotype into how we present of how we're supposed to look. You get what I'm saying? It's all manipulation. It's all manipulation, because you might be thinking this person that look like this is a brother or a sister, right? You might be thinking that's one of us, and then you do further research and you find out you start to see through it more and more. No matter how hard they try to dress up like us, do their hair like us, try to walk and talk like us, you'll be able to see right through them. You know, sometimes they got their eyes, one eye be going one way, you know what I'm saying, when they young. You'll be able to tell. They got like this this evil, some of them got like this evil presence, in their energy, or this confused manipulative energy that they got going on. You'll be able to tell. Or they got, like this whole darkness in their eyes. And you would be able to see it like they possessed. You know what I'm saying? And if you start asking them spiritual questions, you'll see a glaze. That's how you know. That's when you able to know. When you start asking somebody questions and you see a glaze in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? They get glossed over and they're like, man, what you talking about? Not the people to be around. That's not your person. That is not your person. You actually need to book it. You need to run. Don't even do it. Tell them that's it. It's not the time to be playing around with folks. But I do recommend. Like I said, brothers, don't sit up here. Please do not mess with these other nations of women. Do not do that. That's one of the biggest mistakes we've ever made. Not saying don't do it. Don't do it. Do not do it. Do not mess with any of these other women. Absolutely not. Who knows if they completely women or not? And who knows what they are carrying? Who knows what they're carrying physically and spiritually? Who knows what the French toast they got going on? And who knows what they have in their genes? You have a child by them. You're trying to figure out why your child have all these conditions. You're trying to figure out where this came from. This genetic mutation. Your child done popped out with a freaking, you know what I'm saying, extra eyeball. And you like, dang, what is this? Yeah, buddy. You just compromised yourself. You compromised your lineage. I just had a nightmare last night that I had a child with one of these other nations. I woke up out my sleep. I was nervous. I said I ruined myself. I'm not joking either. I'm not joking. I had a nightmare.
I'm still stuck. You just said another eyeball. I'm done with you.
I had a nightmare, yo. That was a nightmare. I woke up. I said I ruined my life. Don't do it, y'all. You're gonna be raising a child. You know what I'm saying? And you gonna have to freaking. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. For me, that's confirmation to never mix. That's confirmation also to watch out who is also, you know what I'm saying, mixed and what they got in their lineage. Because, you know, a mixed person can still pass down. It could skip them and then it can go to their children. Y'all got to look out for that too. You can have a child. Hey, yo, chill, yo. That's funny. That's funny. No, it was actually like I had already had the child with that person. That was the nightmare. It's not that I did something with them in that dream. It's that I already had a child with that. Like they was pregnant in that dream, and I was like, "What is going on?" I was nervous. But yeah, dealing with this whole shebang, I'll just say, you know, you just never know. And I remember I was reading like this little legend about the Tibetans and how they was talking about the gods and et cetera, et cetera. And they said the biggest crime that we committed was that we intermixed. And I know oftentimes y'all see today that we're supposed to do that. It's all this propaganda. We're supposed to be dealing with all these other people because we're not good enough for each other. Who the French toast said that nonsense? Somebody chin check these people. Somebody got to do it. Chin check them. I've been saying this for a good minute because I feel like it's a necessity. It's a necessity. Even that needs pushback. You ain't about to sit up here and tell our people that we're not good enough for each other. Have you lost your doggone mind? Who's better than us? Who's better for us than us? Nobody can name not one. I don't care how many lives y'all see with ignorant brothers making a live about it, or Africans pretending that they one of us, talking about some of our women ain't good. I don't care how many of y'all, how many vlogs and podcasts and all that other nonsense y'all see. That's not true. That is not true. So I would recommend that y'all vet these people. Also, before you have a child with somebody, check their background, cause you might check their background. Check their mother sucking background. Check their background. Make sure you're not about to have no crazy local child that is extremely chaotic and violent and that don't think straight. And that's going to shorten the years of your life as you get older. Please check them. All right? We're moving on. If we have anybody that's new, I want you to drop a 1. And I might be getting on my YouTube later because I need to be doing that actually. And then I can do a little kind of like a little podcast, and I'm gonna invite people up. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna change my YouTube. It's kind of like it's still important, but it's also chill at the same time. You know, I don't want to rush things. I want it to come as it goes, like a flow. Hello, goddess. Shout out to you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for tuning in. Y'all seen how I was live the other day and I got booted out because I was exposing these natives for doing blackface. And I was showing the pictures and TikTok, Love and Abundance. Love and Abundance. I was exposing them for doing face. I'm gonna have to bleep that out. And they ended my live because of that and the words I was choosing. So I have to be extra careful if I want to talk about that, because apparently it's sensitive to talk about the disrespect that's handed to our people. Apparently it's offensive to them when we talk about the disrespect and the names they call us. Ain't that something, right? Clearly it's crazy. So I hope y'all got the information that y'all needed from this particular live that I have hosted right now. I feel like we don't have no naysayers today. That's fine. You're going to probably see them on live still arguing about how we're not so-called original to America, but everything that we do comes from America. And I could talk about that real quick. Like all the foods that we have, everything that people eat, from all your breakfast food, your snacking food, which is your chips, your ice cream, your freaking chocolate, You know what I'm saying? Your walnuts, your trail mix, all of that comes from America. All those ingredients come from America. How you gonna sit up here? Did I say popcorn? Your popcorn, your freaking your fruit drinks. So I mean, sitting up here just contemplating what items and traditions do we do that's actually African from that continent, not from here. And I couldn't even think of nothing. I couldn't think of no food that we eat that's African. I couldn't think of no way we make our food that's African, so-called African. I couldn't think of no clothes that we wear. We wear like a Turk Mongol type clothing. We wear cotton. You know what I'm saying? We wear beanies. You feel me? We wear cotton socks with sandals, buddy. That's not African. You're not gonna be wearing all this cotton and wool in no doggone hot climate. Why would you be doing that? The way we make our stuff. Why would you need to be doing that? We know we made silk. Silk is from Asia. That's Asia. That's Asia. And America is a part of Asia. All of that. So I'm trying to figure that out. Like, what in the world do we do that's African, y'all? What and in the language that we speak? Ask this, right? When y'all hear like a bunch of Native Americans talking and stuff like that, y'all hear these so-called Pan Africans defending them. Ask them the words they use for common day, everyday things. Ask them like, how do you say pecan or pecan inside your language? How do you say orange inside your language? How do you say moose inside your language? How do you say wolf inside your language? Huh? How do you say water inside your language? How do you say man or guy inside your language? How do you say this? Most of these people that they claim is like, oh, they know their language. They don't know nothing. I seen the photos of y'all learning this fake language inside the school. Y'all be going to a school to learn how to speak that language. Y'all be hearing them natives talking about some Othanya, whatever they be talking about. When they get up on the panel talking about this is how I say hello, good people, in my language. Buddy, nobody talks like that. What do you think this is? Y'all gonna start playing games with us. Polysynthetic. Yeah, polysynthetic. You talking about the combination of materials? But yeah, I be trying to figure this out. And then y'all have all this so-called hominid DNA that don't even come from America. Y'all don't. So Native Americans in South and people that's on the other side, they say they have the most Neanderthal genetics. How do y'all have the most Neanderthal genetics, but no Neanderthal bones have ever been found in America? Y'all not from here. Y'all from somewhere else. I'm not gonna call you Siberian because you're not even Siberians. Y'all not Siberians. Y'all had no names. The original Siberians were brothers and sisters. That were Americans. And I'm gonna keep telling folks that. Y'all had no names. That's the reason why y'all moved the way y'all move. That's the reason why y'all so desperate. And the Africans too. They didn't have the names that they have today. They desperate too. They're like, dang. And y'all had to throw the rock first. Y'all had to throw something out first to make it seem like we was the bad guys. Y'all trying to steal history. Y'all did that. Y'all stole the history. Y'all not Ethiopians. Y'all not the Nubians. Y'all not the Egyptians. Y'all not the so-called Israelites. Well, the Yasharala. Y'all not none of those people. Y'all not the Siberians. Y'all not the Chinese. Y'all not the Mongols. Y'all not the Tartarians. Who the French toast are y'all? Y'all not the Europeans. Y'all not even Africans. All them words belong to us Indians. That's the big hit. That's the big catch. That's the big catch. None of those words belong to any of these people. They're gonna be sick to their stomach. We about to be on their ASS. I did a video a long time ago. It said the American Aborigines are the people of all nations. All nations. We are literally all ancient nations. We are literally all ancient nations. Nobody out here. No, we are literally all the ancient nations. They walked away. We are the Mayans. We are the Mississippians. We are the Peruvians. Us Americans. We are those people. That's the reason why they treat us differently. And they call all of us, the ancient ones that predates them, N-words. It's the catch. That's the big catch. That's the big secret. We are all ancient nations. We are the Chinese. We are the Japanese. That's the reason why they treat us so weird. That's why every nation treat us weird. Because every nation stole from us. What y'all think those world fairs was about? They came up through the world fairs because they was probably trying to pick and choose what they was about to steal. What y'all think that was about? They set up shop, hit us up for the okie doke. Said, you know what? We better take everything from these blacks. Why y'all think y'all see so many similarities between all the cultures? Because they was all Americans and they stole it from us. That's why. Even the doggone so-called Berbers in Africa. The melanated people in Africa ain't the originals. They're not the original Berbers. They're not the original Sudanese. They're not the originals. They're not the original San people. Them people are not even Khoisan. They didn't call themselves Khoisan. We're the original Khoisan. Every word that y'all hear, they saying, oh, that's derogatory because it didn't belong to them. They saying that's not me because it didn't belong to them. They're not the originals. We are the San people. We are the Berbers. We are the Sudanese. Y'all gonna learn it. Oh, some people gonna learn it. Some people get what I'm saying. Some people already get what I'm saying. Some people don't. Some people gonna get it. Some people gonna figure it out and say, oh my gosh, who the French supposed to be surrounded by? Who are these people then? Exactly. Who are these people? If they calling you the mystery people, and they said this was the new world to them, buddy, put two and two together. Exactly. Whatever, Kufi. Exactly. You already get it. That's what we dealing with. Planet of the hominids. And they can speak and walk like us, but they don't resonate like us. They are mankind, kind of like a man. Folks gonna get it. We was the royalty over all the earth. We was the rulers of all of this. That's the reason why they move the way they move. I keep trying to tell folks, like, we don't have no connection to these people. How we older than them, but they made us. That's the reason why I posted this up on my profile. It said that the West African populations, like the Yorubas, the Isan, and the Mende, and the Gambians, have 22 to 19% of DNA that they don't even know what it is. But how do you take a DNA test and they tell you 99% of what you are? But they telling you that up to 19% of the DNA that they found in these doggone West Africans, they can't even find out what it is. So how they telling you what you are? How does that make sense? They contradict themselves. And according to their DNA test, we 70 something percent, 80, 90 something percent, something else. In reality, being detected for being something completely different that's not in the database. But I'm about to digress. Don't believe nothing that come out their mouths, y'all. Nothing. It's over with. It really is. And I'm gonna save this live and I'm about to post it. Shout out to y'all on YouTube. Y'all gonna get it. Y'all gonna hear it too. Thanks for coming up, universe. I'm about to end it though. I thank y'all for joining. All right. Peace.